Hey everybody, welcome. In this video, we're going to be focusing on poses that target low back pain. And a lot of times that is associated with tight hips, so we'll be working on some of that as well. It's kind of a slower, more relaxed practice, a lot of mindful movement. So take it slow, modify if you need to, grab whatever it is that you need for your practice, and we'll get started. But remember, we're not trying to create any pain, so if it hurts, don't do it. We're trying to alleviate all of that. So just pay close attention, listen to your body, and let's get started. Take child's pose. So normally I cue it to bring your knees out wide towards the outside edges of your mat and walk your hands forward. If this doesn't feel good to you, which a lot of times it doesn't when you're experiencing low back pain, bring your knees in together and fold your torso over your thighs. You can bring your hands forward and spread your fingers nice and wide. Draw your forehead down towards the mat, or if it feels better, bring your hands behind you. I'm going to come into a little bit of a ball. Take a moment to get present right here. Put your attention on your breath. Take big full inhales. And even bigger exhales. Release any tension. Release stress, tightness. Maybe move your jaw around or your eyebrows. Give yourself a few more breaths here. And make your way to all fours. And onto your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Bring your hips right over your knees. Press down in your whole hands, your fingertips and your knuckles and your palms. So you're not just pressing down in the base of your palms or towards the outside, right? But your whole hands. Tilt your tailbone actually straight back, right? So it's not tucked and it's also not going up towards the ceiling, but straight back behind you, long spine. Look right between your hands or towards the top of your mat. And on your inhale, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling, twist. Exhale, thread it through, so underneath your left arm. Reach your left hand forward. Now you can tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Really lengthen the side of your body. Give yourself time. Be intentional with your movements. Nice and slow, make your way back to all fours. Lift your left hand up, breathe in. Exhale, thread it through. Bring your right hand forward. Maybe up on your fingertips. Take one more breath in and exhale your way back to center, back to all fours. Now we'll take some cat-cows. So each movement linked with your breath. Okay, so round your back, look towards your thighs, and sink down, look forward. Big movements. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and then down towards your heels. Draw your shoulder blades together on your back, then pull them away from each other, press into the mat. Now come back to center, neutral spine. Tilt your tailbone from side to side. Just bring in whatever movement feels good to you. Maybe some circles with your tailbone. Nice. Come back to center. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Press down and forward in your hands to bring your chest towards your thighs. Set your eyes at the back of your mat. Really lengthen the backs of your legs. And press down in your left hand. Bring your right hand to your shin. Your shin or the back of your left leg, get a twist. We'll switch sides. Press your right hand into the mat. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. It sounds more complicated than it is. Just going for a twist. And bring your hand back to the mat. And your inhale, come up high on your toes. And then tiptoe to the top of your mat. Bring your feet out really wide, like out to the edges of your mat. Take ragdoll. You can grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side. Maybe walk your hands to the outside of your right foot. Gently pull your torso down. Then switch sides. So let the crown of your head go down towards the mat. Lift your tailbone straight up. Get grounded in your feet. Bring your hands down to the mat. Heel toe your feet to hip distance apart. Roll up to standing nice and slow. Reach your hands up, extended mountain pose. So press down in the center of your heels and the ball mounds of your big toes. Create an inward rotation in your legs. So bring your inner ankles straight back. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. We got to work to strengthen our core, our hip flexors, and open our hips. The whole body's connected. Reach up, draw your shoulder blades back so your biceps come right by your ears. Then reach to one side. Get a stretch in the side of your body. Switch sides. Come back to center. Look up between your hands. Take a big breath in. Get tall. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Halfway left. So lengthen the crown of your head forward. Create a flat back. Pull your belly in. And keep your core engaged. Draw your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Inhale through your nose. Forward fold. Exhale. Extended mountain pose. Sweep your arms open wide. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Extended mountain pose. Rise up, look up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. High plank. So plant your hands, step your feet back to high plank position. You can always modify and bring your knees down to the mat, but create length from your heels to the crown of your head. Spiral your ribs in towards each other. So don't let your low back sag down. That can actually cause a lot of back pain. So use your core, shift forward. We're gonna lower all the way down, nice and slow, down to your belly. Now you can take Sphinx or Cobra, whatever works for you. So here, for this first one, bring your shoulders right over your elbows, your forearms down to the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Now, instead of looking up, right, notice that might cause some crunching, some discomfort or pain to your back. Go for length, like lift the crown of your head up. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take another breath in. Release, lower down. Now, if that felt okay, you can bring your hands by your ribs, up onto your fingertips or your whole palms on the mat. Draw your shoulder blades together on your back with your elbows straight back. And lift up here. Lower. Take that one more time. Lift. Lower. Now, if there was no pain there, go ahead and take up dog. And so press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Press down in your hands. Draw your shoulder blades back. Now squeeze your thighs towards each other. From the center of your core, nice and slow, lift up to downward facing dog. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Bring your pointer fingers to 12 o'clock. Spread your fingers out wide. Three-legged dog, right side. Lift your right heel straight up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot. Lift it up even higher. Now hug your knee into your chest. Look forward, plant your foot. Come into a low lunge. Stack your knee right over your ankle. Get a big stretch in this left side, this left hip flexor. Plant your hand. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. You can bring your back knee down if that feels better, but lengthen the crown of your head forward. On your inhale, twist open even more. More breath in. Bring your hand down to the mat for lizard. So bring your right foot out even wider to the right. You can stay upright or bring your forearms down to the mat. Keep your attention on your breath. Pressing down into the mat and engage your core. Really intentional setting up the foundation of your pose. Paying close attention, especially to your back, to any sensations, tingling, heat, pain especially. Come back onto your palms. Step your foot back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Lift your left heel up, three-legged dog. Lift your heel up high. Hug your knee into your chest. Look forward. Plant your left foot. I think you might have to inch your foot forward to get it just in the right spot with your knee over your ankle. Again, modify. Bring your back knee down if that feels better to you. Plant your right hand down on the mat. Twist. Pull your belly in. Draw your shoulder blades together on your back. Take your eyes up to your fingertips or up to the ceiling. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring your hand back down. Lizard. Breathe into the pose. This one can be a little bit intense. It's a big hip opener. Allow yourself to come into it as you are, and not as you think you should be, without comparison or judgment of your body. Yoga is about acceptance, about being present. Come back up onto your palms. Step your left foot back to downward facing dog. Up high on your toes again. Tiptoe to the top of your mat. Bring your feet out wide. Take yogi squat. So your heels are in, toes are out. Create some resistance between your elbows and your knees. And lengthen the sides of your body. Lift the crown of your head up. If you need a block under your sits bones, grab a block. Get out of like struggling. You just adapt, modify, bring in different variations. I truly, truly believe that yoga is for everybody. Right? Everybody can experience the benefits of yoga as long as they're willing. Stay here for a few more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it out. Bend one knee and then the other. Gonna shimmy your hips from side to side. We'll come down on our backs for bridge. So press down in your feet. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. You can draw your shoulders underneath you, or you can even bring your hands back behind you. But the important thing is to create a neutral pelvis, and then just a slight tilt of your tailbone forward. So the front of your pelvis comes towards your chin. So a lot of low back pain comes from like tilting your tailbone out Right. Or overly tilting it down towards the floor. Okay. So most poses, you're looking for a neutral pelvis. Press down in your feet. Lift your hips up. Fire up your core. Pull your belly in and then up towards your chin. Breathe. Release, come down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. Allow gravity to work here, to just bring your knees down towards the floor. For ease and openness. Release. Hug your knees into your chest. Flex your feet. Maybe bring your chin up to your knees. Give them a squeeze. And take happy baby. Grab the outsides of your feet. Bring your knees out wide. Draw your feet, like pull your feet down towards the mat. And then your whole spine rests on the floor. Your tailbone, your low back, thoracic spine. And the back of your head rests on the mat. You can sway from side to side. Whatever feels good here. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. And take waterfall or shoulder stand. So waterfall, you'll just put a block under your low back and lift your heels straight up. You could also use a bolster or a pillow. You just want your hips up higher than your heart. And for shoulder stand, stack your feet over your hips and your hips over your shoulders. Then point or flex your feet. Use your hands on your back for support. Gently press the back of your head into the mat. Then nice and slow, take plow. So slowly, slowly, I remember mindful movements. Your feet back behind you. If this is painful in any way, right, back off. You can stay in shoulder stand or start to make your way down onto your back. And in this pose especially, it's super important that you look just right up at the ceiling, right, not from side to side. And be really careful with your spine. Then slowly roll all the way down onto your back. One vertebrae at a time. And so use your core. Slow, slow, slow. If you're already there, that's okay. Make yourself as long as possible. Big full body stretch. Reach your hands back behind you, point your toes, pull your belly in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze, bring it out to the right. Yeah, just whatever movement feels good in this moment. And then supine twist. Bring it over to the left. So stack one hip right on top of the other. Keep both shoulders on the mat. And gently press your knee down towards the floor. You can also grab a block here. Come back to center. We'll switch sides. So hug your left knee in. Bring it out to the left, so your knee towards your left shoulder. Maybe some little circles. And then send it over to the right. Release, come back to center. Take any last stretches you need, and then find a comfortable position on your back. Usually, if you are experiencing low back pain, then you might want to bend your knees. And then to do that and still be comfortable, I find the easiest way is to bring your knees together and your feet out wide. Bring your palms to face up. Lift the center of your chest up. And close your eyes, relax. Let your breath flow naturally. Just be right here for as long as you need. With your eyes closed, gently roll to your right side. With your eyes closed, slowly, gently come to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Together we'll take one more big full breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. Open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Come back to it as often as you need. And remember, just like a lot of yogis say, a lot of yoga teachers say, you maybe have heard it before, yoga has your back. Right? So keep doing yoga, keep modifying, bringing in different variations, however you need to, that works for you, but keep moving. Thank you, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, share this with your people and comment so that we can connect. Thank you.